Hi, and in today's Microsoft Word tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a creative letterhead in Word, how to adapt it and how to change it. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go up to Insert and along to the Shapes icon. Click on the drop down and I'm going to select the circle, which is down here in Basic Shapes. Now I can either click and drag and make all kinds of ovals or circles, but if I want a perfect circle I hit the Shift key and then I can have a perfect circle. However, for this demonstration I'm just going to make an oval shape. Then I'm simply going to hold down my Options key whilst I've highlighted this oval, and once I hit my Alt or Option key you can see that my arrow appears with a small plus sign and a little piece of paper. And then just click on your shape and drag. Now at the moment these two shapes are highlighted and I only want to copy one more. So I've got to click off them both, deselect them and click back on just to one, hold down the Alt or Option key, click and drag. Now once we've got all three of these, then we can go ahead and customize them. Now currently all shapes come with an outline and a fill colour. So whilst you can't see it very well, this outline here is a darker blue and obviously the fill colour is blue. So in order to change that, we highlight the shape, go to Shape Format, and then we can go along to this icon here, which is the outline icon, and we can select no outline, or you can select from a wide variety of different colours. I'm going to select no outline. And then I'm going to come along here to Shape Fill. Click on the drop down and then you have this selection of colours, but if you want to choose something else, if you go to More Fill Colours, then you have your colour wheel and you have a range of different options at the top here. You also have the eyedropper tool here. If you insert an image or a palette of colours into your document, you can use the eyedropper tool here to go over the top and select that different colour. I've already done a video on how to match any colour, so I'll link that in the description below. So I'll just cancel that. And I'm going to go back up to Shape Fill, and I've already selected my colours from a swatch, so I'm just going to click on this colour here. Then go down to this shape. I'm going to take off the outline. Now I don't have to go back to the down arrow, I can just simply click on the icon itself because it's already set to no outline. Then again to Shape Fill, down to my recents, click on the next shape, no outline, and then to recent colours. Now once I've selected my shape colours, then we can go ahead and use these in a number of different ways. So first of all, if I just pop this one up here, and then move this one, and then move this one. Now obviously you can grab the corners of these shapes and you can move them around as much as you like. You can also move their position, so if I decided actually I wanted this one on top, select that particular shape, make sure you're on Shape Format, and go along to these two icons, bring forward and send backwards. If I want to bring it forward, I just click, send it backwards, just click. If it's right at the back and you want to bring it all the way forwards, then you just select Bring to Front, and the same again if you want to send it backwards all the way to the back, send to back. Now once you've decided on where you want these particular shapes, you can make them bigger or smaller, wider, narrower. And you can also rotate them. You see at the top here there's a little circle. You can just rotate these shapes as well. So I'm just going to keep them all together at the moment. Now once you've roughly got them where you want to, you can do a little bit of experimenting. So I'm going to turn all of these shapes into a group. So I'm going to select the first shape, hold down my Command or Control key, and then select the other two shapes. I'm then going to go along to this icon here that says Group, click on the drop down and select Group. What that will mean now is that I can move all of these shapes around as one. I can also increase and decrease the size of them, and again I can also rotate them. So there's a lot of flexibility there in order to get exactly the look that you want. So if we were going to make a letterhead, we could just pop these shapes up at the top there and leave them there if that's what you want, or we could slightly rotate them so they could go across the corner. And then you could leave room for your logo or your icon in this space here. And you can just keep adjusting and moving those shapes. Now let's say, for example, I wanted to make this shape a little bit rounded. If I highlight it, go up to Group and select Ungroup, and then highlight this particular shape and then just pull that one down. You can move it around. And then let's just say we wanted to move this pink shape. Again, we could move that around. Okay, and once you're happy with it, you can go ahead and make it into one group again. And then all you need to do is to hit the Option or Alt key again, and then click and drag a second one. Now you can just drag this straight down if you want to, because again, well, make sure you just click off that before you move it around. Select on the bottom one, and again, you can move this round any way you want to. Change the size, do anything you need to with that particular shape, and then you can go in again, change the colours, change the borders. If you really want to play around with these different shape options, let's just ungroup them, and let's just click on this shape here. In the shape format ribbon at the end here, you've got this icon here that says Format Pane. Mine's already appeared because when you double click on your shape, this menu will also appear. So again, we've got Fill in Line, which is basically your line is your outline, and then your fill is obviously your colour. You've got lots of different options here. You've got a gradient if you want to, you've got a picture fill, you've got texture, and you've got pattern fill. You've also got this transparency slider here, so you can use this to make your colour more or less transparent. So if I was to overlap that, you can see how the transparency works with that shape. Okay, and again, if you go to line, you go to solid line. Currently it's set to dark blue. Let's just take it to the opposing colour of the bottom one. You can play around with its transparency again, and also the width of the line. If I increase that by using the up arrow, you can see how that line's increased. I can also do stylized, so I can do sketchy if I want to. You can just again play around with these to find out what suits you best. And you've also got your dash and dot lines as well if you wanted to experiment with those. So let's just take off that line by clicking No Line. And now we need to ensure that our text fits perfectly within this letter. So the way I generally do it is to use text boxes. If I was to just type here with my cursor, the text would be underneath all of this design. But what I want to do is to make my life as easy as possible and as flexible as possible. So I'm going to go to Insert, along to Text Box, click on the drop down and select Draw Text Box. You can click and drag any way you like, and by default your text box will appear with a black border and a white background. We're going to get rid of both of those, and then we're going to insert our text. So click on the text box. Let's just move this text box out of the way. So click on your text box, go up to Shape Format, and once again to No Outline, Shape Fill, No Outline. And then if I move this text box over, you can see it's completely transparent. Now the beauty with this text box is we can go ahead and type something into it and then move it around wherever we want. Okay, so once we've got our text, we can go ahead and format that text, go up to the Home tab, and then you can select from a different range of font sizes. and obviously you can change your font if you wish. And then we can also change where this text fits within this text box. So at the moment it's over to the left. We can pop this in the middle if we want to, and then we can just move those edges up and down if that makes our life a bit easier. Now we can move this over to align with wherever we want to, but before we do that I'm just going to highlight it all, double click within your text box, press Command or Control A to highlight the entire text, and I'm going to want everything over to the right. Now because we formatted all our text here and we formatted the text box, there's little point in us going and doing all of that process again, when all we need to do is click on the text box, hold our optional Alt key down and just produce another one. Then all we need to do is All we need to do is extend this text box, double click, highlight the text, Command or Control A. We're now going to go back over to the right to start our letter. And we'll just reduce the size of that to 12. And then we'll just pop in some random text. And the beauty with this is now you can move this text box wherever you like. So if the body of the text didn't quite fit in with your new design, you can place it wherever you want to. You can line it up with this text box if you wish, or you can move it to wherever you want. If you want it perfectly centered, then just make sure it's highlighted, go to Shape Format, go along to the Align tool, click on the drop down and select Align to Center, but make sure you've got Align to Margin checked. Just click Align to Center and this text box will align to the middle of your page. And then you can go ahead and do the signature bar. Now I'm just going to change this back to 12. I think it looks a bit clunky at that particular font size. And also you can put the date in. So of course you can use these text boxes for anything. You can put your social media accounts in down at the bottom, you can put your email address, your website address, all that sort of thing. They're really, really flexible. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please subscribe and have a great day.